It's amazing to have you all joining today. Obviously, the opportunities to be selling the USA, again, are growing every day. And we know how busy you are in retail at the moment. So thank you so much for joining us. Very excited to give you an update on Brand USA Tools, as well as, of course, introduce you to our beautiful team from Hawaii, who will update you on everything to do with the beautiful Hawaiian Islands, as well as the connectivity with the Hawaiian Airlines onto the mainland. We have a little under an hour with you today, and I'll be starting off by running you through some of the Brand USA tools that are super helpful for you. So Brand USA has an extensive series of road tripping itineraries, so I'll talk you through one of those itineraries, and then I'll pass you over to Kris from Hawaiian Tourism and Celeste from Hawaiian Airlines. We'll then head into some Q&A time. During any of the time, please feel free to pop in questions into the chat box. If we don't get to them in real time, we'll certainly come back to them at the tail end. We'll wrap up with a quiz run on the platform called Kahoot. You won't need to download anything to participate in the quiz. You can either open up a separate browser in your desktop, or perhaps easier to use your phone. There's a $200 gift card up for grabs with the quiz, so you'll certainly want to be in the running for that. And lastly, this session is being recorded, so we'll upload it to our YouTube channel at the end and circulate a link in case you'd like to refer back, or obviously those people who haven't managed to join us who had registered, we'll send off the link to them as well. In case you don't know, we always post those links to our Facebook group, so if you ever wanted to look back to past webinars, you can certainly find the links there. So without further ado, let's get started on taking a look at some of our very handy Brand USA tools. I think the first place that we should always start is our travel trade website, traveltrade.visittheusa.com or .com.au. It's where we house all of the resources that you'll need as travel trade professionals to help you plan your clients' trips. It has many features, including destination overviews, suggested itineraries, images and videos for destinations if you'd like to include those in your docs, frequently asked questions. Of course, there's a lot at the moment around COVID, so we have the whole COVID resource centre there. And it also will link you directly through to all of our destination partners onto their official travel trade websites. So essentially, it's a brilliant place to start. No matter what you're looking for the US, it's a really brilliant place to start. One of the things there linked from there is our training program, the USA Discovery Program. And of course, learning how to sell the USA is a mammoth task, but this program breaks it right down for you. There's over 60 specialist badges focused on cities, on states, on regions, or on themes. The modules are short and sharp, so you can just take it off in bite-sized chunks, and it'll give you the key tools that you need to confidently sell whatever the theme is about. Upon completing each badge, you'll actually get the little badge icon, so you can include that in your docs, and really helps to differentiate for your clients that you know what you're talking about. I know that they don't need that because you're all amazing professionals with great relationships with those clients, but those will help with your documentation, etc. Just this week, we launched an incentive, Rediscover the USA program, with lots of prizes. So for both Australia and New Zealand, there's a grand prize of $500, but there's spot prizes along the way. So every time you complete a new badge, you'll go in the draw to win. One of our favorite tools on the Travel Trade website is our trip planner. And if you haven't used it, do yourself a favor and jump in and use it. It makes life so ridiculously easy. All you need to do is add in the locations, the dates, select the interest, and the planner will filter through and create a suggested itinerary with distances, drive times, and then suggested inclusions. It's seriously awesome. And it is not, wow, here we go. Got a little video here showing, if it will show. I don't think it's going to show. It doesn't show, don't worry about it. But that's just basically, it was an animation of showing when you select the different places that you want to include, how much time you've got, and themes such as I'm into the great outdoors or I'm into music, it will create the itinerary for you. It's seriously amazing. Of course, everybody needs to know the latest scoop with COVID. And as we know, things are changing, you know, pretty much every day, although they are settling down quite a lot now, which is great from a US perspective. But we have this COVID travel information page, which will link you directly through to all the official sources. So if you have earmarked the travel trade site, you can get through to this and get through to whatever the latest is, which is updated obviously daily. Then we have an amazing array of inspirational content on Go USA TV. This is a specific app that Brand USA developed to house everything that you can use to inspire people to go to the USA. This can be downloaded from the App Store, get it on Google Play, and pretty much you can see it from anywhere. So take some time to have a look. It's been updated all the time and has some great inspiration. If you haven't joined either of our Facebook groups from either Australia or New Zealand, certainly send me a message and we'll add you. That's a great way to keep up to date with all of our incentives and new tools, and we'll pop those out all the time. And then the final resource that I want to tell you about is our global marketplace platform. So the URL for that is visit.brandusaglobalmarketplace.com. And this is literally like attending a virtual trade show. So you go into the trade show and you can visit individual booths, and this is where you can collect everything from digital brochures to get the direct contacts from those destinations, videos, etc. So it's literally like visiting a trade show. So Brand USA, as I mentioned to you, has a series of road tripping guides, which we call insider guides. There's 38 of them, and they span the entirety of the United States. So today I just wanted to take the one that we specifically have for the Hawaiian Islands in our Island Discovery series and just showcase to you how these insider guides work. Essentially, they're PDFs that you can download, you can share them with your clients. And as I said, there's 38 different themes. So they'll also always start off with the map and an overview of where we're going on the trip. In this case, of course, we're hopping between 6 different Hawaiian islands. We'll then go on to the highlights of the itineraries day by day. So here we're exploring Oahu, the Diamond Head Monument, the USS Arizona Memorial, and of course the famous Waikiki Beach. Then on to Kauai, short 15-minute plane ride from Honolulu and onto the Big Island. Continuing on to Maui, and then we head on to Lanai and Molokai for unspoilt, beautiful nature. So as I said, 38 different guides spanning the entirety of the United States. So with that, I would now like to hand over to Kris, who is going from Hawaiian Airlines, who is going to take a deep dive with you into Hawaii. Let's see if I've successfully handed over control to you, Kris.
Mahalo, Joe. And actually, I'm going to hand it to Celeste first to start with, how to get to the beautiful Hawaiian Islands on Hawaiian Airlines.
That's me. Hi, all. Hope you're well. Thank you for having us here. I guess let's start with there we go. Thank you. Aloha. Welcome, everybody. We will start with Hawaii and what is actually required at the moment to get into Hawaii, because as an airline, you need to meet these requirements to be able to leave. So at the moment, you need to be fully vaccinated in order to leave Australia. Now, everything is subject to change, and it could possibly change really quickly. But you need to be fully vaccinated to leave Australia. It's going really quickly. Okay, sorry about that. You need to be fully vaccinated to leave Australia with a negative test that's taken no more than 1 day prior to departure. There are testing places that you can actually use at the airport, as long as you have a certificate that's available. PCR test is available at the airport. And at the moment it's $79, but that is a requirement to leave. You also will need to fill out a contact tracing form and a signed CDC attestation. You'll find these on our website, but you can also, we can send these to you for your passengers to complete before departure. And as a standard requirement, the ESTA visa entry is still required to depart Australia. So, see if we can get it to the next one. So we'll go on board with our aircraft. We have a premium cabin, which is our business class, which has 180-degree lie flat business class seats. They are approximately 193 centimetres long, so it's a great space for everybody. You're still entitled to 2 32-kilo complimentary checked baggage that will be handled as a priority because you are in our business class cabin. That will also entitle you to priority boarding and a separate check-in counter at the airport. You have tablets on board. You have, for your entertainment, you also have award-winning Hawaiian regional cuisine and unlimited in-flight beverage service on our flights. In Sydney and Auckland, you're entitled to lounge access, and that's included all in one fare. You still do have to required to wear masks on board unless you're actively eating, drinking. We'll go on to our extra comfort, which is in our main cabin area. It gives you 5 inches of extra legroom. We have a priority security line in Honolulu if you were to transfer to another island or to the mainland. You get, and that also includes your priority boarding at the departure gate. You have an electrical power outlet at your seat. And again, same thing as what you would have in your main cabin. You have a complimentary onboard in-seat entertainment guide. You also get an amenity kit, which is an upgraded one compared to main cabin. Now, the thing to note with the extra comfort is if you wish to take this up, there are 68 seats on board. Our A330 aircraft, which departs from Sydney and Auckland, and the seat pricing will vary. So it's not a one cost per seat as it used to be, it now has a varied costing. Let's see if we can get this moving. Oh, we missed our map. We do, actually, there was a map that was to show, but it hasn't shown. And that map would show that we actually have now 16 destinations on the mainland that we fly to. We've introduced 3 new destinations, which are Orlando, Ontario, and Austin. We have 3 destinations on our East Coast now, which is Orlando, Boston, and New York. So they're the furthest that you can actually fly, and it gives you a very differing view with each of those. We also have over 170 flights per day to the islands. So if you cannot get on one flight, possibly 30 minutes later, you'll have another flight. So it's not like a 1 flight per day to the islands. I'll hand you over to Kris.
Mahalo, Celeste. And first of all, I want to say aloha to everyone who's watching at home. It's been a while, we miss everyone. And I want to say a big mahalo to Jo and her team at the Brand USA as well for giving us the opportunity to be here today. So today, first of all, my name is Kris Phadungkiatipong, or you can call me Kris with a K at Hawaii Tourism Oceania. I'm based here in Sydney, and I'm a trade and partnership manager at Hawaii Tourism Oceania. So today, I want to talk about all the exciting, unique activities, recommendations on which islands, because I think the most common questions we have from our travelers are which island to go and what to do on each island. So we try to match each island personalities with your questions, and also because it's been a while, I'd like to give an overview of all the islands and what it's like on each island. And we want to start today videos from the Hawaiian Island with our new Malama Hawaii initiative. Sorry, the video is not moving, but what I'll do, I'll share that video in the link in the chat room so everybody can watch that video. It is a beautiful video, and the malamas in Hawaiian language mean to care of and to give back. And this is an initiative led by Hawaii tourism authorities that we would like to invite our visitors to come back to the islands and enjoy, the meaningful activities, do the volunteer activities across the islands. And by doing that, you are able to help us and you can connect with the local community. You can give back to the land, to the ocean, the wildlife, the forest, and ultimately you can connect to the local community over there. And by doing that, you can qualify for a special discount or even get the free night from many participating hotels and tour suppliers across the island. And activities you can do from this Malama Hawaii program, such as you can enjoy to learn how to restore the ancient fish pond at Kuala Ranch, or you can help us to restore the USS Missouri battleship and learn about the history of the World War II as well. And you can help us to grow the tree on the Hawaiian Islands. Back in 2019, there's over 10 million visitors coming to Hawaii, and imagine that even 10 million people help us to grow one tree. What a big impact it could make. Or you can simply help us to clean up the beach. You can participating in the beach cleanup program on all the islands. And you can find more information on our website at gohawaii.com/malama, which I can send that link to you as well. And Celeste already mentioned about the flights, and how easy and comfortable to fly to the Hawaiian Islands on Hawaiian Airlines. And just remember that it's easy flight, one direct flight from Sydney and Melbourne, 9.5 hours to 10 hours. You leave in the evening, sleep on the plane, and you arrive in Hawaii. So that's not a bad flight at all. And once you're on the islands, there are over 170 inter-island flight to other islands, and it takes about 25 to 45 minutes. So a very easy short ride. And Celeste also mentioned and touched on that travel requirements. So just to add that if you have any clients or yourself traveling to the Hawaiian Island from the mainland US, you will need to participate in the Safe Travel Program. However, this program will end on the 26th of March, Hawaiian Standard Time. And once you're on the islands, traveling through inter-islands, there's no other restriction. So why the Hawaiian Islands? So we all know that Hawaiian Islands is very much loved and admired by all the Australian Kiwis for a very long time. I think we share very similar values in many ways. And also there's a diversity of experiences, outstanding nature. We have aloha in spirit, culture and hospitality, unique adventure, and of course a world-class hotel and resort across all the islands. And as you can see on the map here, we have Kauai, Oahu, Molokai, Lanai, Maui, and the island of Hawaii. And what I'll do, I'll talk about all the islands because each island has a very unique personality. And as you can see, each island also has this unique and amazing nature to experience as well. So first, we start with the oldest among the island chain, Kauai. So Kauai is, as you can see in the picture here, is green, lush, beautiful nature. Is the oldest among the island chain. It has a nickname as Garden Islands, and the nickname is very accurate. It's so green. 97% of the island is not commercialized or residential, which means that only 3% actually there's buildings in there. And on Kauai, you won't find any buildings that's actually taller than a coconut tree. So that's how we keep this island beautiful, as always been. And Kauai in a nutshell. So as you can see, you will fly from Honolulu Airport to Lihui on the red spot here. And the resort areas on Kauai will be Lihui, which is just right by the airport, or in the South Shore, Poipu. Royal Coconuts Coast right here, you can see the arrow, or up North Shore in Princeville. And we highly recommend visitors to stay in Kauai at least 3 to 4 nights. Drive around, you can really experience this beautiful natures across the island. And just go to the next slide to see activity across the island. So in Kauai, it's offered that unique experience and activities, and these are the highlights that like we recommend you to incorporate into your client or yourself itinerary in your future trip to Kauai. So first, to start with Nepali Coast, which you can see in the picture there, it's renowned as one of the world's most beautiful coastal line in the world. And there's 2 ways that you can visit Nepali Coast: by the scenic helicopter flight, or you can do the boat tour, kayak, or sunset sails to Nepali Coast. It's highly recommended. And next, you can see in that picture as well, we have Waimea Canyon, or nicknamed as the mini Grand Canyon of the Pacific. And you can enjoy Waimea Canyon by, you can enjoy the hike or the bike tours. If you want to do hike, we recommend you to join one of the local professional tour guides over there. And mountain tubing is one of the most popular activity across the Hawaiian Islands by Kauai backcountry. You will float through that inflated donut tubes through the old irrigations to learn about these beautiful islands, learn about the ecosystem on the islands. And we highly recommend you to book that activity at least 2 or 3 months in advance. It's very popular. Or when you come to Kauai, you are familiar with all the movie locations. So why not joining one of the movie location tour? As you know, Jurassic Park, the original movies, film most of its movies on these beautiful islands. Or one of my favorite movie on that's filmed on this island is The Descendant. Or if you love adventure, you can join the ATV ride, ATV tours at Kipu Ranch or the Princeville Ranch. So that's Kauai in a nutshell. And I saw the comment pop up that Kauai is one of my favorite islands, which is great to hear. It's also one of my favorite islands as well. So next, we're traveling to the most visited island, Oahu. So Oahu, if it's a person, is very energetic, very colorful, vibrant. And I'm just going to go back a little bit. There's a lot of activity to do across the island, Oahu, and it's offer that modern vibe in Waikiki and Honolulu City. But as soon as you get out of that areas, you experience that Tau country vibe up in the North Shore, Haleiwa Tau. We recommend visitors to come to Oahu and spend at least 4 or 5 nights on the island because there's so many things to do. And Oahu on the nutshell here, you can see the airport, Honolulu International Airport, is right on the red spot here. Waikiki Beach, which has a lot of accommodations, hotel and resort there. In Waikiki, there's about 30,000 accommodation rooms over there. And also there's a resort area in the Kahala Beach here, Ko'olina, or up in the North Shore where that there's the very famous Turtle Bay. And when you come to Oahu, there's a range of unique experiences and activity, starting from, you can step back in time and learn about the history of the World War II at Pearl Harbor, USS Arizona, USS Missouri. So just a tip that if you have a client going to Pearl Harbor and going to visitor center, so there's no cost for that. But if you want to cross the bridge to see USS Arizona and USS Missouri, you have to book in advance and you have to book through the tour company as well. And next, Kula Ranch, which is very familiar by many of us. Of course, you can do a lot of movie side tour, ATV rides, zip linings, and also now you can do the Malama programs over there at Kula Ranch. You can learn how to restore the ancient fish pond, or you can learn the cultural importance of kalo or taro growing in Hawaii. Or you can visit the only royal palace in United States at Iolani Palace, which is only about 10 minutes from Waikiki Center. And if you're going back to Iolani Palace now, recommend you to go back during Fridays because for most Fridays of the month, from now, the Royal Hawaiian Band is back after a long pause due to the pandemic. So the Royal Hawaiian Band was formed back in the 1853 by King Kamehameha III. So that's free music by the Hawaiian Band, which we highly recommend. Or you can visit Bishop Museum, which is about 15 minutes from Waikiki as well, where you can learn about art, history, and the culture of Hawaiian. And you can drive to North Shore Haleiwa town to visit that authentic Hawaiian town. Enjoy, a lot of food trucks, chevais. If you plan to go to North Shore, we highly recommend you to drive on the weekdays to avoid the traffic. Or visit Polynesian Cultural Center. Oahu also has many hiking trails as well. And also, if you love food shopping, Oahu is the best place to go. And next, we're traveling to this very romantic Maui. So Maui is, as I mentioned, very romantic, beautiful, beautiful landscape, and it has a nickname as the Valley Eye. So as you arrive at the airport in Kahului, you'll be greeted by the beautiful backdrop of the valley. And you will land at the Kahului airport here. The resort area will be in Wailea here in the south of Maui, or you can find a lot of condo apartment style accommodation in Kihei, or up to the west, Lahaina, Kanapali, and Kapalua also has a lot of resort accommodations over there. Maui is not just romantic, it's very family friendly. And if you love adventures, Maui has a lot of hiking trails, beautiful road trip on this island. And next, we're going to see what are the unique experience activity on Maui. So of course, we highly recommend visitors to come to Maui and book the sunrise and sunset tour at Haleakala. So that has a stunning sunrise. The tour starts very early, so be prepared. And also make sure you pack a really warm winter jacket if you plan to do the sunrise tour, because the temperature can drop below 10 degrees in the morning. And also there's a lot of ocean activities, snorkeling, scuba diving. If you want to see something different in Maui, take Upcountry Maui's farm tour. You can visit beautiful lavender farms over there. You can visit Maui wineries, farm to table lunch, or visit the organic vodka distilleries Upcountry Maui, and it's stunning over there. Maui also has the best whale watchings across the island during the winter month, December to May. And it is also the gateway to sister islands, Molokai and Lanai, which was already mentioned that has such unspoiled nature beauty on those islands. And if you love to do the road trip, we highly recommend Road to Hana. And last but not least, we're traveling to the youngest island among the island chain, or the nickname is the Big Islands. And the nickname is quite accurate because this island is twice the size of all the islands combined, and it is still growing every year as well due to the killer whales volcanoes. That's actually this island grow about 42 acres of land every year from the active lavas into the oceans. And the island of Hawaii in the nutshell here, as you can see, you can actually have a choice to fly in either to Hilo or to Kailua Kona and Kona here. And we highly recommend visitors to spend about 2 nights on each side of the islands at least, because the island offers really unique and very diverse experiences. Hilo has this kind of historical rustic Hawaiian town vibe. You can visit many botanical garden, waterfalls. You can do zip linings not far from Hilo, or visit the Hilo Farmer Market on the weekend. And only about 45-minute drive south of Hilo, you can visit the most active volcanoes in the world at the Hawaii Volcano National Park. And get a car, because it would take about 1.5 hours or 2 hours to drive to cross to the other side of the island. And you can experience beautiful beaches, beautiful resort in Kailua Kona or in Kohala Coast up in the west side of the island. And let's take a look at the experiences and activity on the island of Hawaii. It has one of the best snorkeling and scuba diving spot in Kona Coast. Visit the Killer Whale volcano, and the best way to see it is to do a helicopter tour over the Killer Whale volcano, or you can do the trek through the crater rims with the professional tour guide. And when you are in Kohala Coast, not only that you can enjoy the beautiful beaches, you can also enjoy the cowboy ranch, or in Hawaii say Paniolo, and do the ATV activity. And as I mentioned, Hilo has a lot of rainforest, waterfall, botanical garden, and there's a lot of museums and a cultural site on this island as well. And the island offers one of the unique activity you can't do anywhere else on other island, which is a night swim with the manta ray. So that's our unique Hawaiian Islands in the nutshells. And if you require any support, you have any questions, educational resources, or even Malama Hawaii program information, please do feel free to reach out. And yeah, you can email me at info@hawaiitourism.com.au. And I want to say again, a big mahalo nui to all the agents and a travel advisor for all your support. And we don't say goodbye, we say a hui ho, which means until next time. So we look forward to welcoming you back to the beautiful Hawaiian Islands in the future.
Beautiful, thank you, Kris. I can see that there's a couple of questions. If anybody else has questions, please put them in the Q&A box now. Kris, Kim Hurd has asked, is there any way could she get a list of hotels on Maui that offer kids club facilities?
Absolutely, yes. I can send through that list of kids club because Maui is very family friendly. So a lot of resorts along Lahaina, Waile's, Kanapali Beach would have the kids club facility. Sorry, so I can send it through Kim.
Okay, and maybe actually, I'm sure that everybody would find that useful. So maybe when we do the follow-up, we can include that list for everybody. That would be great. And then there's another question here from Neville. Can you still small boat cruise the bottom area of Big Island to witness the lava flow entering the water? If so, where from?
As far as I know, that had been paused due to the safety reason. So the answer for me will be not at the moment.
Oh, sad stories.
Yeah.
Julie Evans has said, Celeste mentioned COVID tests can be done 1 day prior, but presentations measures 24 hours. Can you please confirm which one it is? Mahalo.
Celeste, you want to take that?
Yes, Celeste.
It is 1 day prior. It is 1 day prior. Most people will get it within that 24-hour period, but it's definitely 1 day prior.
Yes.
So if you're flying on the 22nd, i.e. 22nd of April, you can get it anywhere on the 21st or the 22nd, as long as it's those 2 days.
Yes. Hopefully that clears that up for you, Julie. Nadia asks, is extra comfort seating bookable at the time of the initial reservation, or is it afterwards, and is it commissionable?
Sorry, sirens just going off in the background here. Extra comfort seating is not commissionable. You can book it with your booking, you can book it after. With your ticket, sorry. Oh my gosh. Book it at the time of your ticketing, or you can book it after, but it's definitely not commissionable at this stage.
Okay, great. Any other questions? Oh, hang on. Yes, I can see there's another one from Jenny Yap. Kris, is the travel trade discount still available on the Hawaii tourism website?
Yes, absolutely. And I can send through the PDF version as well. So yeah, we reach out to our partners and we compile the list of the partner that can offer the discount to our travel trade agents. So I'm happy to send that through to you.